back to the broadcast. Well, if you were anything like me, like any of us, really, then you have felt the tug between your work life and your family life and trying to prioritize all that and juggle everything. And so we found a few tips that might help you. They say the first thing to do is to recognize the necessity of working the hours that you do. They say that some people use work as an excuse to get away from the demands of their home or personal life. So be real about the hours that you work and then be accepting of it. Okay, so that's the first tip. Second tip is
that's something your family members need to do.
Yeah.
Also,
but I think it's hard.
Be accepting of the hours that you work.
Well, also you do if you're using as your family as an excuse to cut out of work
That's
early,
right.
or just be realistic about the amount of time that you do have to spend with work. And make sure your family understands that and that you understand it.
And I think just as a single person, I think that's where it's difficult for single people is because we don't necessarily have a husband or children, keeping us accountable. So like my work and my personal are so blended
They blend together, yeah.
On so many levels. And so it's hard for me. I mean, if I was literally looking at how many hours a day I'm actually working, I mean, it would probably be anywhere from 16, it'd probably be close to 16 hours a day.
But that's the best of both worlds, Courtney, I think. I mean, just being in both situations where I've been able to give more attention to my work or more attention to my family, I think it's great if the two can meld together and there's no real distinction between.
It just makes it hard, I think,
two.
for me.
I think it's better.
I think in the event that I do get in a relationship, it's hard to take, it's going to be difficult for me to take another person into consideration because it's well, so much of my life, I don't answer, you don't have that.
He'll have to fit into your life.
But even with
sure.
my friends, they're like, can we put down the phone? I'm like, well, this is work. I'm sorry.
The second thing to understand is that know that going to work is also serving your family. So stop feeling guilty about it. You go to work to make a paycheck, and that serves your family very well. So don't feel guilty about that because you're not spending quote unquote quality time with them. And then it also suggests to rotate your priorities. It says not all of your priorities are equally demanding throughout the week or even throughout the year. And I think that's a really good tip is, if you're working on a project at work and that has to be your priority, then that's your priority. But it doesn't have to stay that way. It means that when you're done with your project, then make your priority your family, or vice versa. If your daughter has a dance recital coming up, then maybe that has to be your priority and your work project gets sort of pushed back just a tiny bit. So I guess it's
and also
changing
when
your
you're
priorities.
home, being busy, having to scrub, having to do all of this is sometimes a way to build distance.
See, I'm guilty.
Intimacy.
I'm guilty of this, and that's interesting that you suggest that because I'd never thought about that, and maybe that's what it is. But I do that. I have a tough time just sitting and just chilling. I seem like I always have to.
Yeah,
be doing something, and the kids will say, just come watch the show with us. Come sit down and watch the show. And even then, I'm on the iPad.
Okay,
I can't.
So
focus.
there's something obsessive about having to be moving and doing all the time.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
And that's a signal to you. That's a signal to you. What is that really about? Having it all perfect, getting it all done. What's that about?
I wonder. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sick. Apparently.
See, whereas I go so hard, and then for me, it's the second I get home, usually, I will lay down the second I get home today, I will lay down on my bed for probably 30 minutes. I'll answer whatever emails are urgent, and then I will just sort through my mind, and then get back up and do my day. It's I need that time to just stop.
To decompress. Real quickly, the last two tips were don't neglect yourself. Be sure you're taking care of yourself and get as much structure to your day and your week as possible. So maybe make a to-do list, prioritize and know what you have to get done and then organize your day and your week accordingly. So those are pretty good tips, I think.
Yeah, they are, but what they all boil down to is just making more work.
Yeah. Give you one more thing to do, make a to-do list.
You just let the laundry stack up for 2 weeks, then do it all in one day. Then you haven't interrupted your day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just chill.
Time management.
Just chill.